Good evening, welcome to You Can't Handle the Truth Movies, and yes, we are using yet another set of microphones. And tonight we are going to review Nobody 2.
You can't handle the truth!
Suburban dad Hutch Mansell, I like that name, a former lethal assassin, is pulled back into his violent past after thwarting a home invasion, setting off a chain of events that unravels secrets about his wife Becca's past and his own. So this is obviously the sequel, and I think you go into this film knowing what's going to happen. So he's kind of back working as such, and family life is settling back into normal. That whole, you're not spending much time with each other, it's all getting a bit stale and boring. And then he decides to go on vacation with his family, and ta-da! Trouble.
This is a movie out of all the ones we've seen recently that I was looking forward to seeing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those haven't had prequels or whatever. And to me, it wasn't a disappointment. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, it's a good film.
You get
exactly what you expect.
What you expect to get. It has... the intro was a bit slow for me. They tried to do it in a way where they show like a little compilation of him going through that like levels of beating all those people, but I was just... I don't know what. I couldn't even say why. I didn't really like the intro too much. But when it got going and he's off with his family...
I didn't mind the intro. I found it quite funny.
Yeah, I didn't not like it. I was just like...
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Just didn't hit it for me.
I get that. I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, it was one of those. It was one of those films where because you know what you're going to get, they have to up the ante a little bit. So this one brought his family in a lot more. Showed the struggles he's having with his kids, with him not being around, with his son having the same anger issues, we'll call them, as him. And it shows the older generation. By the way, was that the guy from
Back to the Future?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Also,
you had your main bad guy, who I didn't really actually like, unfortunately, but it was Sharon Stone. And you also had a guy in it that's someone's son whose actor's name I forgot.
That's really
but
helpful.
There is also another appearance from somebody.
So there's some good cameos.
Yeah. That's how much research we put into these videos, right there. But there's a lot of extra cameos.
Yeah,
Actors here.
There were some bits in this film that I really liked, and there were some bits that I didn't like.
It was action comedy.
Yes,
flat out. It was nearly as much as it wasn't like a silly laugh out loud comedy, but it was as much a comedic sketch as it was a fighting sketch. And they did I think they upped the level of blood
up to the level
gore. Not
gore.
It wasn't. I mean, when he sliced that guy, they had that sword fight.
Right, I knew you were going to bring that up as the way you just did that. That was great.
I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm saying it was gory.
Yeah, it was.
You said gory. You cut through the gun and all that.
Bring a machete to a katana fight. Oh, classic line that will be used and remembered.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like, if I'm going to be honest, is spoiler. Not that it's much of a spoiler. When the wife shoots the dagger out of the air with a tranquil...
Right. Exactly the same as what I was going to say. We haven't spoke about this. It's exactly the same as what
I don't mind having the strong female character she can shoot and all that kind of stuff. That was great. I was happy with all of that because when they showed her shooting the gun in the little fairground thing, you know that they were going to use it later on.
Yeah,
brilliant. And she shot the lady she was, killing her husband with a tranquilizer. But then Sharon Stone throws the dagger and she shoots that out of the air and uses the same dart, shoots that out of the air and hits Sharon Stone to finish her off, which I did not like. Because not only is it very improbable, really hard to do, also anybody with any kind of training would have moved out of the way and then shot the gun.
Yeah, I mean...
It was stupid, that
so
bit.
they start off by... It's basically his son gets into an argument with another kid, and then it's like the sheriff's working with this other guy who's the kid's father who got into a fight with the other guy's kid, and then it escalates up to this top dog who's Sharon Stone. It ends up basically being almost like a Home Alone setup at the water park where they bust them all up, and they team up together, the two dads that were originally fighting. But they went through so much, and then right at the end, two girls with a stick just beat him down, and I'm just... No, it's not because they're girls. I'm just like, how did he beat all of these people, and then just two girls with a stick just beat him?
Well,
I know he'd be worn out, but why wasn't he worn out earlier?
But it showed you in the start of the film, he took out like 4 guys in an elevator, and then a crowd of people with machetes in a car park.
You get that a lot in all these action movies. At the end, there's just one guy that's always just... But it was a bit strange. And then when the woman, the wife came in, I was like, fine, the wife's come in, whatever. But as soon as she shot the thing out the air, I was like, oh, God.
Why?
There was it didn't, anything. They could have done anything else other than that.
All she had to do was move out of the way. Or lift the butt of the gun to hit the knife. Anything, rather than shoot it out of the air with a tranquilizer dart.
But being fair, the whole thing is pretty much over the top and silly anyway. It was just a bit too on the nose, too much. It just didn't land properly.
Just an edge too far.
It didn't ruin the film for me at all. But
no.
Yeah. And you could tell the guy, he was saying he was still training from the previous one. You could tell
he'd still been training.
He was doing it. He was
a lot better. He was a lot more fluent.
Call Saul and Breaking Bad, and you just wouldn't imagine that guy doing all this kind of stuff from that previously. And it was super enjoyable.
Yeah, not as good as the first one, but it's always hard to live up to the first one.
It wasn't as good as the first one, but it was a good sequel.
Yes,
so
that's true.
Yeah,
I agree with that. So let's just jump to it. Out of 10, where are we going?
Yeah, I'd recommend especially if you like the first. If you didn't like the first one, you won't like the second one. But some people, you can't please everybody. But if you like the first one, if you like action movies, if you like something that's easy to watch and just a good weekend film, it's definitely worth a shot. And it's got good levels of action. It makes you laugh, chuckle now and then, and it's a little bit over the top and silly. I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
I would go right with you there. 7 out of 10.
2 7?
Yeah, definitely. I'd recommend watching it. It was a good film. I enjoyed myself.
Bam.
Done.